Not really sure how it's gonna go right now. Haven't got too much planned for it just yet, but we're gonna kind of just, I guess in a way, see where the mood takes us. Like, I've not really planned this. I've just kind of thought, we'll kind of like see how it goes. But I've not really looked into it that much in terms of like what we need to do. So I'm gonna kind of like I'm kind of making it up, if I'm honest with you. It's not based off of a real building or anything like that. I just kind of thought, I know, for the shits and gigs, I'll make it up, for whatever reason. God knows what the reason will be. I do have a plan for a building here though, but it's probably going to take up like the remainder of the square. So this wall here is probably going to be blank, depending on like what this building comes to. Now I've got this planned building from GTA, what kind of looks like the Eclipse Towers, but it's not. It's actually in GTA, but it's near the Eclipse Towers, but it's not as tall as the Eclipse Towers. And I'm pretty sure like Dan Lag's built the same building, as well as the Eclipse Towers. And it's kind of a bit like a smaller version of the Eclipse Towers, but longer. So it's kind of like a longer skyscraper at the top, but it's kind of the same colour and design as the Eclipse Tower is. And obviously, like I say, not as tall. But we're going to try and make some of these skyscrapers stick out, so when you do stand here, which, for example, let's just say, for example, I'm standing here, you want to be able to see that there's more life at that side of the bridge, like when you come through here, for example. So when you stood here, you want to kind of see all these like tall skyscrapers, like some pretty tall, some not as tall. You want to get a nice skyline. For example, like if we come over here and stand at this side, you see how you kind of get like all the skyscrapers, like the big ones, all kind of just like shooting into the film in action, coming into reach. You just see these like big skyscrapers, like ones there, look, even more loading in, look, where you just kind of see like a bit of them, like them, and then they're not as big, and then some are taller. I kind of want to get that at this side and just genuinely carry on the skyscraper areas, so Candy Block eventually will kind of get covered up like with more streets, and we need to like really sort out what we're going to do with this stadium this year. But I need a bit more help, because some of my friends who build, they do a lot more to do with like football stadiums now, so they might be able to give me a bit of a better idea, just on kind of how we can kind of make this a little bit more better, how we can kind of fix it up a bit and kind of make it a bit more of a better stadium. But like I say, it's going to need a bit of work doing to it, and I kind of want to like do it as I'm progressing through this area. So when this area gets a bit bigger, obviously, I want to go ahead and do some more to it, to that stadium. So I've got to build loads of stadiums. Yeah, well, that's why I kind of thought, you could maybe, like, because we don't exactly need to build the whole, like, stadium, obviously, because it's already done. But we just need a few more, like, ideas to kind of, like, get the car park a bit more better. We need to, like, light up all the seats. Again, we need to do a bit more with the roof. I think it's more just, it's not the fact of like refurbishing the stadium as such. It's more just kind of completing it and tidying it up, making it look a bit more nicer, doing something outside of here. But I just need a little bit of a hand from people what are into football and kind of know what it's like at football stadiums, and obviously who have built football stadiums themselves and know kind of roughly what you would get inside a football stadium, like the merchandise shops and stuff like that. We need to do a bit more lighting around here and that, so plenty to do. God, I just need a little bit of help doing it, I guess. Just from, a couple of people, just to help do a little bit of tidying up. We don't have to rush with it. We don't have to do it exactly Pacific time. We can just do it when we feel like it and kind of complete it as the city progress goes along, I guess. But it's just one of my ideas for continuing this city on this year, as you know, that is obviously a big plan. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, believe, yep. And then we go here with another white. 1, 2, 3, is it? Oh no, it's just a 2. And then a white. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, of course. We need to put the bricks here first, and then put the whites on top, so it kind of looks like a, yeah, that's it, I get it now. And then we put a white here too. So 1, 2, 3. Put that there. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Oh no, it's not, because we got to put that. We got to put this in now. That's it, of course. So then this will go here like this. Unfortunately, not something I really want to have to put in, but it's kind of just the way it goes. So we need to kind of judge how high we then want this bit to come. Like, I kind of think about here will be a nice decent size. It's not too high up. You know, it doesn't like just look like, it doesn't kind of look like it's trying to be taller than this on purpose. It kind of does just look like it's oh my, I missed a spot. It kind of looks like it's not trying to be in competition with it. It just looks like a nice natural size for it to kind of, you know, be the top of it, I think. So what I'm going to do is go like this, and I have a little plan for the top, just at the front. I don't think I'm going to do it at the back, depending on the sides. Like I say, like, this building's more of a front styled building. For example, like, there's going to be a car park coming in here for what I have planned for the next building, maybe. So this is going to be all like a blank wall anyway, here, and then I'll do some windows on the upper bit. But you know, as far as like a lot of designs go on the side, I don't have plans for tons, because you're not really going to see it when like another skyscraper goes up next to it. So we need to kind of put that into its consideration, that, you know, another skyscraper is going to block some of it. So if we have a nice design at the front, it's probably going to go ahead and make the building still look nice without having the sides designed. Because obviously, like, if you think about it in real life, like, say for example, you have a house, like, you wouldn't like think, like, if you go into a bedroom and say the window was just looking at the wall of like another house. Like say for example, like, you lived here, and then when you looked out your window, that's all you could see. Like, that'd be pretty stupid. And I highly reckon, like, most of the time you would never like look out of that window. And you know, like, it might still let in a bit of light, but if there's a great big wall there for another building or another house, you know, depending, you know, what building it is, you're still not really going to get that much light, because the building's going to block it. So half the time you're probably not even going to look out the window. You're probably just going to keep your curtains shut, because you're probably just going to think, well, what's the point in opening them? It's not going to let that much more light in. I may as well just keep them closed while I look at my TV screen or whatever. So in my opinion, I would just, you know, I wouldn't like really design a building at the side what's just going to have another building sat next to it, because I really don't see the point, in my personal opinion. But everyone's entitled to their opinions. Alright, so I want to get a bit of blue now, dark blue, and I want to wrap it round like this, just at the top. Wrap that round there. There we go. There we go. that just gives it a little bit more of something, in my opinion. So now we'll drag this up. And typically, how far back do I want this building to go? Probably about the same size as the Freedom Tower, if I'm honest with you. I think that'll be pretty decent. Going the same size as the Freedom Tower. If I'm like completely honest, might look good. So yeah, like I say, guys, I apologise for not streaming over the weekend when I said I would. Things literally went a bit like different to what I kind of had planned. If I'm honest with you, I kind of just thought, I kind of just got busy doing some other things, and I just didn't simply get the time to stream. To be honest with you, I didn't even think about streaming, and then I kind of got to like coming back and I thought, oh yeah, I never really did a live stream, did I? And I was just kind of in that oh well kind of mood. Like, I apologise, but I'm not really. There was nothing I could do. I just got busy doing other things, and time just seemed to go so quick. Like, it seemed to go really quick, so I just kind of, didn't even really think about streaming, and before I knew it, I was coming back. Oh yeah, Windows don't go in here. Silly me. Oh wow, I took that right up to the top as well. But the nightclub I went to, which you've already seen a couple of videos about, which is called Sugar Mill. That was actually really nice place. That actually shocked me so much. I've got more videos to upload. I took more videos than I'm probably going to upload, and I know like one video I tried to upload had a copyright claim in it. Where I used the song Bonkers from Dizzy Rascal. That was in the video, and before I even had chance to it uploaded, but before I actually published it to YouTube, because what you can do on a PC is you can upload a video, but then say for example if you want to go ahead and put it to YouTube so your viewers can see it at a certain time. What you can do is you can go ahead and upload the video, but then when it gets to that time when you want the video to be released, you can go ahead and publish it. And it kind of already uploaded it, so YouTube said there was a copyright claim in the song. So I actually deleted it before I published it, so I didn't get the copyright claim, if you know what I mean. But if I'd have published it, there would have been a copyright claim in it, and it would have stopped people from playing it on certain devices. So I need to go through the videos, but I made a very, very terrible mistake, guys, and I'm so peed off. I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. But when I went to the Too Funky event, which was the first clubbing year, episode, I guess you can say we did, or first little Too Funky series, let's say. When I uploaded the Too Funky videos, when I put them onto my laptop, I moved the videos over. I didn't then take them off of the camera, if that makes sense. So I put a copy of the videos onto YouTube, onto my laptop, but I didn't then delete the Too Funky videos off of my camera. And then I kind of thought, well, there's no point deleting them yet, because I still might need to export a few more onto the laptop if I missed any, or I still might want to do some more stuff with it. If that makes sense, and I thought there's a long way to wait till March, and then obviously me Sugar Mill event came up. All of a sudden we kind of decided to go, and I recorded all the Sugar Mill videos with the Too Funky videos still there. So now they're on my laptop, both of them. It's trying to find out which ones are which, and I think I've also broke my DJ controller, guys. Don't worry, it's not my proper DJ controller. I do have another one, a bit more of a expensive and better one. But I think what might have happened is I might have broke it though. and this one was like a little like portable one, what you can have on the go. I think I might have fixed it. Literally, I dropped it when and I didn't realise at first, but the jog wheel actually came off. But it looks like I've got it back in place, like that looks pretty firmly solid now. Seems alright. I'm just seeing if it'd like easily come back out if I tried. Yeah, I think that's back in now. Yeah, that's good. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just noticed it then. But yeah, it actually blew me away, did this event though, guys. It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. Because I obviously wasn't really sure what it was going to be. You know, I was kind of a bit more like, oh, I don't really know what this is going to be, you know. And, you know, because I thought it was more of a kind of like a VIP place, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't realise you could just go in, buy a drink and club. Like, I thought that's what you could do. But then the more I looked into it, I thought that you could go ahead and just, you know, kind of like, you know, I thought it was like more of a VIP thing, and you had to book like special booths, and it was like a bit more of a posh place. But it wasn't. So I found out on the website, on the website where you could like buy a ticket, that it was a £5 to get in, right? And then like I'd already posted on their Facebook page, can you pay on the door? Because at first I thought you just paid online. I didn't realise that you you know, could pay at the door. So I thought, well, surely you'll be able to. So I asked on Facebook, and anyway, they didn't get back to me. For like, you know, like for example, like they didn't get back to me for a while, so I saw that it was a £5 on the door, and I thought, oh, you know what, that's not too bad really to get in. You know, I'll pay to go in. It's not that bad. I don't think it's really that expensive to go in. Just, you know, just like a £5 on the door. You know, I think I could manage a £5 on the door type thing, and anyway, then they got back to me on Facebook on the day. I actually think it was on the night, and they actually went ahead and said to me that it was free entry until 11 o'clock. So if you went before 11 o'clock, you could actually enter this place for free. Like literally, they would allow you to enter for free without actually going ahead and you know, paying to get in. If you go in before 11, that's your entry in for free. You don't have to worry about paying to get in. So that was pretty sick. So we tried to make it down there for 11, which was pretty hard because my mum had to borrow some clubbing gear from my auntie, and then my auntie offered us a beer, and then my mum had a glass of wine before we were going to go ahead and like, you know, get ready to go out. Then we were planning to go to Wings before, which is like a all-you-can-eat buffet. It's a good place. I have been before, not with my mum, but I've kind of aimed to go before, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what happened. We kind of like aimed to go, but it just kind of kept failing, if that kind of makes sense. It just kind of in a way kept failing. I've just had an idea as well with this building. Let's scrap half of it. Well, not half of it, but let's scrap some of this. I've just had an idea, and then we don't need to make, then it can be even as well, which is another cool thing about it. But yeah, so we just didn't get time to go with going to Becky's, which was my auntie, and then we had to wait for my two sisters to go with the nan and granddad. They were going there, and they drive at like 2 miles per hour all the way, because they're like obviously quite old and they don't drive fast now. Like, well, they probably never did, given the time they were you know, the time and year they were born, obviously. And it took them a while to get here, and then there was just like, we had to do a bit of shopping, a few other things to sort out. You know, they were supposed to go around dinner time, But then they didn't end up going to the Nans well about 2, maybe even 3 in the afternoon. And then we had to go to the shop, which it was kind of raining, so it kind of like really made it rainy and wet. So we kind of like, then we had to, it weren't just a few bits kind of shop. It was an actual sort of like what I don't know what you'd really call it. Like it was more of an actual like getting a lot of bits, kind of like a bit of a bigger shop, getting some stuff in for the week kind of style shop, not just nipping there just to get a few bits. It was kind of like get your basket and fill your basket kind of styled shop. So we then did that. We then got back home, and then we then had to sort a few more minor bits out. I came back online. A friend came round. Who has like a moped. And he was just sorting something out, and then we went to see Becky, and then by the time we got back from Becky's, after like they went through the women's wardrobe, what women are like looking for clothing, it was then sort of like getting already pretty late. So then by the time we go ahead and get down to the place, to get the entry, if we'd have gone to the all-you-can-eat buffet, it would have then made it, we wouldn't have got the free entry. So we had to kind of skip the free buffet, because, not free buffet, but the all-you-can-eat. And if you want to go to the all-you-can-eat, you kind of need, you need more time to go. Like, you can't just go and, like, be in and out within half an hour. Like, if you want to go there, you want to have a good appetite, and you need to eat a lot. You need to be one of these people what would like actually eat a lot. Like, because you go there to fill your plates. It's not something to go and just have like a little light bite snack. It's to basically go and have like 4 main courses, 6 desserts and 2 starters. That's the kind of style it is. So we had to kind of go ahead and like skip that out. So then we were going to go there the next day. Instead we thought, oh no, I know, we'll go the next day, why not? The next day sounds a bit better and we'll go earlier. And then we thought, oh no, we'll go ahead, go the next day. And then we thought, well, we'll wait for the girls to come back, my 2 sisters, and then they can go as well, and then it can be their first time, and, see if they enjoy it, kind of like I enjoy it. So then we kind of decided to do that, and then it kind of, they were later coming back than we thought, so we then kind of had to scrap that idea and just use the Burger King instead. So if you can kind of see why we didn't get a chance to, do any live streaming while I was there, then you kind of understand. You kind of get why I was so rushed off of my feet, I guess you can say. I'm guessing you kind of get the idea. Yeah, I was rushed. I did not have much time to do a few things. So we are going to go to the wings next time. But just to let you know, I probably won't be recording Sugar Mill again. Or I will again, but I won't be doing it all the time, if that makes sense. Now, Sugar Mill is a thing what's on every weekend, so it pretty much gets a little bit repetitive after a while. Like, you kind of go, you have a boogie and a dance, check this out, kind of thing. You kind of get my idea, don't you? You go and, that's kind of what you go for, kind of thing. But in this style or case, because it gets so repetitive, there's no point, like recording it every single time you go. It's kind of more like, oh, you know what, let's not, record it, because it's just going to get a little bit repetitive to the same thing. Whereas, like, when you go to a new venue, or like, say for example, you go to, let's say, somewhere like Remix, Remix is pretty decent place. If you go to somewhere like Remix, you kind of like go ahead and, because it's like big DJs what go, so you're kind of there doing like different things, if that makes sense. Ooh, that won't work. Alright, I'll tell you what, well that's not then going to be even either, is it? But I'm pretty sure this is like at the edge of the building. Like if I come here, I'm pretty... Let's go and see. Because if I could make this one more, it would really help. Yes, we can make it one more. Here's Jamie. Yeah, we can make it one more. That's gonna help. That's gonna help incredibly.
I've got my mic on mute because I'm listening to music, mate.
Oh, you can play music. It doesn't matter how.
No. I don't want to ruin your stream, mate.
Ah, it's fine. I'll delete it after.
No, it's fine.
I usually delete them anyway, don't I, guys? Not. I usually say I will, but I don't.
Yeah, I've been ferreting all day.
You been what?
Ferreting.
Oh,
Yeah, we got 3 rabbits.
Yeah, my best mate used to keep 2 ferrets when he he lives near me again now, but he used to live outside of town in a village. Well, it's kind of like goes the name of Cotton, but there's only like one house and it's just on like a dirt lane or whatever. And he used to keep 2 of them. I can't remember what he called them. Oh no, one of them was called Lucky, which he used to keep in the house, and then he had another one which he kept in the shed outside. And it was so funny what he did with one of them one time. He's like a YouTuber, guys. Check him out, by the way. TSM is his YouTube name, and he's like really mad on wrestling. Like he's worse than Tom Coombs for wrestling. Like for example, if you say anything about wrestling, like if you say like who won the such and such match in 1980 something, you know, who won the tag team match with such and such, he'll know like exactly who won it. He keeps every single video. He buys every single DVD of, you know, what gets released after the pay-per-views have been on, and for his YouTube channel, he makes animations, which is like where you kind of like get like your wrestling figures, you like stand them or whatever you're doing, you take a picture and then you slightly move the wrestling figure, only by a little bit. Like you only like slightly move it a bit and then you take another picture and then you move him again, and you know, like walking, and then you kind of use like bits of string and you can kind of like make them flip in the air if you're like pretty skilled. And he got his real life ferret once, and did an animation of the ferret versing his John Cena toy figure. It was quite funny. Like he used his ferret like in the animation, and he kind of like filmed him like moving his ferret down the toy wrestling ramp, and then he kind of like carried on like, and then made the John Cena come out, and then he made the ferret beat John Cena. But it was quite funny actually. I found it quite when he did it at the time. That was back like when I used to really be quite decent pals with him. Yo, Electronic Monkey, welcome to the stream. What's going down, bro? So we are getting even closer to Park Drive 50 as well, just in case you guys didn't know. Well, like, it's creeping up on us. Next episode's 45. I've been thinking a lot about episode 50, believe me. I've got a really cool idea, I can kind of tell you the cool idea without kind of giving away what's going to happen. But my general idea is to make all storylines kind of come together and come out in one episode. So for example, like each Park Drive character has their own I don't know what you'd call it, like it has their own storyline. Like for example, like Martin's having his own trouble, and Mary's having her own troubles, if that makes sense. But I have an idea to kind of like make all their storylines get bigger and like kind of come out in episode 50. So for example, like if you think of So like all storylines crossed, kind of. So like each and everybody's storyline happens in that one episode. So for example, like let's just say like we're doing this storyline like who's the dad,
Anthony.
which obviously the trailers for, so that'll come out. But then at the same time, like the postman will, for example, have his leaving part. The postman will leave, for example. He might not on that episode, but that's just as an example. And then we might have like what's happening with Mary and her drugs. We might make something with her happen like on the same day. Then we might have like our other plans, and they're all kind of gonna like each person's going through their storyline on the episode, rather than like in a normal park drive you just have like Paul playing with his kid, for example, and then you would have like the main focus of the episode, like maybe Martin arguing with Sarah about Billy. But instead each storyline's all gonna kind of like happen in that one episode, and it's gonna be like a longer park drive. So instead of being like the usual 5 scenes and then an advert break, it's gonna be a longer scenes, but each story's gonna get told on the same episode. And then like after 50, it's gonna like open up some new storylines, which is obviously the new things we have planned in Park Drive, whatever that may be. But believe you and me, I had a plan for Mary's character. And then, so I told it to somebody yesterday, and they kind of said, "Well, we've already done something like that in Park Drive." So I was thinking, so I was thinking of other things we could do today, and I come up with the most coolest idea ever. But you guys will have to like wait and find out. But it's gonna be so cool, like to do this idea. It's gonna be funny as well. But it's gonna like make something like pretty kind of like stupid-ish, but kind of realistic at the same time. It's gonna make it happen, and it's kind of gonna still go through the kind of same concept that something happens to Mary, but nobody knows, and nobody's really bothered because she's not really well liked, which was still kind of the original idea. But the original idea was I was gonna make her leave a joint lit in the house where she's staying, and it was supposed to set fire. But then Jamie told me that we've already done a fire in Park Drive just recently, so it'd get boring. Message me, bro, about it. I'll message you in a bit, yeah. But basically we have another idea now, instead of her making the house set on fire, because we kind of have already done a like a a fire in
as well.
It was kind of recently, like it was only just before Christmas. So I have another idea. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just turn off the party audio for the chat party a sec. Advanced settings, audio sharing, include microphone in broadcast. Oh wow, it's still there. I thought it had gone ahead and cut off. I don't get why it done that. Right. Advanced settings, audio. Let's try this. Nope.
Who's that?
You guys can still hear me, can't you? I don't know why that's happening. That's really weird. I thought you could... That's weird. Include microphone in broadcast is not ticked, and neither is video clips. But yet it still shows me mic icons there. Alright, I'll tell them after the stream. It's no biggie. And then I'll message you as well, Martin. But, they can happen. Like, I can think of these ideas at the weirdest of places, though. I was at work today, and my dad's girlfriend does these things online where she buys a load of Tic Tac boxes, and she puts a Star Wars sticker on them. And apparently, like, loads of Star Wars nerds go crazy for them, like literally, like just because they have a Star Wars sticker on them. These freaks, these geeks, I guess you can say, who are into Star Wars, go like absolutely mad for them. Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm not like meaning like general people who just like it, but I mean like people who like properly like have like shelves full of Star Wars magazines and go to conventions and kind of like totally sweat about the new Star Wars movie. But anyway, she makes like she makes like a fortune off of them. Like literally, it was something like the other day, and like she literally like bought like she bought like Tic Tacs just normally from Tesco's, and it cost her not that much, cost her a couple of quid just to get some like Tic Tacs, and she it didn't really cost her loads. Like obviously she got a few, but it maybe would have come to the cost of like a fiver or something, and she got a pretty decent amount of Tic Tacs or whatever. And by the end of the day, like she like had to take like about 3 boxes, like three little packages to the post office full of Tic Tacs, and she made like 30 quid off of them. So we had to go to the post office today because she was because we were taking some in for her to the dropping it in at the post office to get them delivered to the people what bought them. And I said, I'll just wait in the van while you go. And I was just sat there thinking about it. And then something was happening, like at the time, like in real, like something was happening what gave me the idea. But I was just sat there and I saw something happening, and it kind of just gave me the idea to do like something to do with Park Drive with it. And I thought, hey, this would be a great idea. We could totally do this in Park Drive. It'd be sick. And then I kind of like just got the idea from it and kind of gave me the idea. But yeah, she makes a ton off of these Star Wars Tic Tacs. But she also does things like like kids' birthday parties where they play like pass the parcel and have the buffets on the plastic plates, and you get like the plastic cups and stuff. She also like sells them as well, like Peppa Pig ones and stuff like that. And apparently she gets quite a decent amount of money off of that as well. Like a lot of people buy them online, like for kind of like cheap deals where you get like so many cups and so many like, what would you call it, like like plates and like plastic knife and forks and stuff. And apparently they go quite like crazy over it. Like it's something what is like the thing at the moment online, like round where we are. And she also does photo frames as well, like making personalised photo frames or buying like photo frames what say like so when they have them like meanings on them, where they say like like stick by your family or something like that, or them ones what say a message on them, and she sells them as well, and she gets quite a lot off them. It's quite a decent thing to get into, really, in my personal opinion. I remember like a couple of years ago when I was like getting quite old. Obviously, this would be going back like nearly 3 or 4 years now, and I was kind of getting to the state where I didn't need my toys anymore. Yeah. And we kind of like were thinking, because we didn't know that I was going to like end up with 2 twin sisters, and we didn't know that I was going to end up with like another little sister. It was just me, the only child back then. So I used to set up a little table outside of the front of my house and do like a yard sale kind of thing. And I used to like stand like all my toy cars out on there, and like my toy train track set from when I was younger. Used to put a few books out on there, a couple of like videotapes, sold a couple of Xbox games on there, and it was pretty. I used to do pretty well with it, to be fair. I remember one time when it was a gypsy what came, and she spent like 30 quid. Like, and just filled a bag full of like things like 20p toy cars, and like bought some books, and then saw like this big thing I was selling at the time. It was like a Thomas train set, Thomas the Tank Engine. I had it from when I was younger, and it was like a big long blue track, and then all the trains were like battery operated, and you put the trains on the track. They went round, there was like some little buildings with it and some little bridges for the trains to go across, and it was in like pretty decent condition, so I wanted like 30 quid for it. and she bought that, and then a load of she bought that practically, and then like some other bits as well, and she spent quite a decent amount of cash. But usually we know a person called Little Bob who's like quite old, and one of his daughters works at the playgroup. And like he always used to come and spend like £3 on some toy cars and then take them to the playgroup. So like the playgroup had some toys to play with, which was pretty nice thing to do. But we had some pretty decent people, if I'm honest with you, what came and like bought at the little toy stall I had out the front, and it was pretty decent. But I remember one time when I sold somebody a copied Xbox game, like from when you had a chipped Xbox, and I didn't realise, and like he come proper storming back later on, like that Xbox game you bought me, you sold me, it doesn't work, it's a copied disc. Like he weren't angry about it. He just said it's all right, I was getting my Xbox chipped anyway. But I had no clue that it was like, because I hadn't played some of them games for ages, and I thought it was just a normal game. But yeah, we used to do yard sales. They worked out pretty decent. And then when we got rid of some of my best toys, like the Thomas set and some other stuff, I then found out that I could have like kept on to them and gave them to my sisters. But there was one thing what I never parted with, like since I was a kid, and I had this thing called Happy Street. Basically, what it was kind of like you put a blue road together, and then you kind of had these like little squares, and you attach like buildings onto the squares, and you got all sorts. You got like cafe, you got like a school. You got like a police, you got a police station, you got a hospital and a fire department. Then you also got like a little bit of like a countryside with like a lake and a farm, and then you could get like a load of train track sets for it, what came with it as well. And if you had the decent amount of space, like if you had a really big space, you could actually practically build your own little city with it. Like you could literally, and if you put like some of the characters inside of the vehicles, like the tractor for example, he would actually move along the road. Like you could get him to go forward. You could do the same with a train as well, and it would make like a choo-choo noise. And then like you could also like make the barriers go down when it went across a level crossing. It was loads. It was like a limited edition set. It was like something I always classed as something decent, not just any old thing, if you know what I mean. It was something what I like classed as being quite decent at the time. So I didn't like part with that, but then I did give it to my my two twin sisters, because I thought, well, I'm not going to use it anymore. But if I was to sell it, I would have wanted a lot for it, because from the space of me being about not long after being born, they basically collected it for me. So like when I got old enough to play with toys, I already had a decent amount of it to kind of build with. And like, because our garden used to be huge, like, well, it still is big, but where next doors is now, there used to be like an old lady what lived there. And there was no fence like to her back door from our back door, and we were like really close friends. So she kind of just said like, what's my garden's your garden, and what's our garden was her garden. She could come onto our bit, we could go onto her bit, and me and my nan always used to play on it. Like when we were younger, because it was bigger, and we used to set it up outside in summer. We used to like set loads of the Happy Street up. And you can make you can make a pretty big town. It was pretty sick, to be fair with you. I really enjoyed it. It was such a cool thing. Something I've never like really, thought, something you guys never thought about. But I think there's still like, you can still buy it now, but I think it goes as Happy Land, and like it's a lot more different now. Like it's not as good as it used to be. Like you can get these like oversized like vehicles now. You can get like a giant bus, what like opens out and stuff like that. And then you can kind of now you can just get like packs of like figures on their own and stuff like that. It's all different to when I last used it, or when we last went to buy any. But yeah, it's all changed to Happy Land now. But when I had it, it was originally called Happy Street. It was pretty decent though. It was probably one of my like all-time favourite toys I ever had. And it was something I didn't get out like that often, but when I did, it was like the one toy I was careful with, to make sure that I didn't break it, to make sure it was all, you know, nice and good. So yeah, that is it for the Spirit. So I might also have another clubbing do for you guys coming up for the clubbing series. So the guy I went to when I went to Brid, not last Friday but the Friday before, well, he's doing like a little DJ set at a pub in like I think it's like a pub in Brid called the Queen's. It's in the Old Town. Not sure if it's like a pub or a bit more like a club. I'm not really sure. I've never really been into Old Town that much, but he's there with a couple of other DJs doing like a little house and dance set. So I'm guessing like if someone like him is going to be going there, they're not just going to set up a little stage in a pub, are they, and like blast out a house mix. I kind of imagine it to be a bit more of a clubby styled place. But there's nothing like being totally set in stone. It's not till like the 10th of March. So I'd say it's about the week after I go to Remix. So I kind of like will probably, I might not go, I might go. It's just a kind of thing that I'm thinking about doing. I'm, kind of thinking about going, but there's nothing like completely set in stone. It starts at 8, so it doesn't start as late. And I'm not really sure what time it finishes. I'm going to keep updated for you. But I'm thinking about attending it. I'm thinking about doing it for the clubbing series, and because Cayman Kinder's like obviously a really good DJ, so I'd obviously pay and go to see him again. I actually don't even know if you pay or not. I don't know if it's just a free entry or not, if I'm honest. There isn't really that much information about it, to be fair. Like, it doesn't even say where it is, it just says Queens, Old Town in Brid. So I tried looking it up on Google Maps and I couldn't find anything. And then there's like no information about tickets. The only thing, there's just like an event page on Facebook. Tells you like the time it starts. Tells you like the name of the event. And then Cayman Kinder's done like a little warm-up mix for the event and just posted it on the event page. He's not like... But, compared to like Remix, who are posting like all the time, like 3 weeks to go, tickets on sale now, 2 weeks to go, tickets on sale now, making custom profile pictures, a tune to get your weekend going from us at Remix, that type of thing. It's a lot different, so I need to find out more about it, but we could have it for the series potentially. Which is good. We're getting a lot of dues in already this year. I've already been to how many dues this year? 2 dues this year already. But I already have another 2 indefinite and another 3 indefinite, and I've also got another 1 I might be going to. But like I say, I won't probably be vlogging at Sugar Mills really anymore. I might do it like another time, like if there's like a different event on. Like for example, we went for the Dirty Secret on Saturday, so if I went for like the Friday night instead, then I'd obviously vlog that because it's different. And if they had like a special guest DJ, like I know not last year, the year before, they actually got Stormzy there. So if they had something like that again, then I'd obviously vlog it then. But like the reason I've vlogged Remix so many times is because it's different DJs. Like for example, like last time I vlogged there, it was like Mark Breeze and Rob Tessera, and then this time it's like DJ Hixie and Lasgo. So it's like different, it's like different big DJs. So like that's the reason why I've vlogged there, and because there's always like a different event going on there. Like again, same with like Too Funky, they always get different DJs and different events happening there, Whereas like this Sugar Mills, there's always just music on playing every single weekend for you, in different rooms. But when they do like some different events there, then I'll like vlog again. But I just can't see me like vlogging all like every single time I go. But the only thing I would say about this event, I will be making like a proper video on the thoughts about it. But the only thing I'd say I did not like about the event is the place was a bit crowded. Like it was a small place, if I'm honest with you, and the drinks were too dear. It cost me like £8 for like 2 bottles of beer. Like literally £8 for 2 bottles of beer. So like literally, you know, like that's a little bit of a rip-off if you ask me. When I can go ahead and like practically have like 2 pints for less than that. Like a two pints is like, I'd say like at Utopia where I usually go in Brid. 2 pints is like maybe just over £3. That's all. Like it may be like just over £3. So like, you know, like 3 and 3 is 6. So if it's like just over £3, it's only going to be like £6 something, like for 2 pints, which to be honest it isn't that bad. But £8 for 2 pints I think is a little bit more not as good, a bit more expensive, especially like if you plan to have a few. But you know, and I know the question everybody's going to be asking, did I pull on that event? Nope, I didn't. Everybody always asks it. Like I swear, like they keep thinking like, oh, I wonder if this event where he will. I'll admit I got like dancey with a girl, but no, I didn't. She was already taken. We just had a dance, that was all. There was nothing, you know, any more to it. Because that's what like loads of people look out for when I go to these events, to find out whether I did or I didn't. No, I didn't, but my mum was surprised at how many like people did like come and speak to me on the do and dance with me, because of like it was either because, you know, they thought it was my first time clubbing, or it was because of my MC Noble jumper. But loads of people did come and you know, kind of like come and like dance with me, and like loads of like lads and lasses all came and danced with me. But no, I didn't like actually, you know, physically pull with any girl, or, you know, get close to any girl in that way on that event. So sorry to disappoint you guys, but you know, I'm waiting to find the right person. I'm not really fussed. Like so many people I know now have like a girlfriend, engaged, have a baby, and then a second baby on the way. In my opinion, that's just like too early for me. I'd rather find the right person than just see a fit girl at school, or, you know, like a fit girl on a night out and just get with her for so long and then just argue within a few months and then end it within a couple of years. I'd rather get somebody who I'm gonna like physically like not just think looks sexy, but who I like genuinely love inside, and someone who I'm like gonna, you know, spend like, you know, my life with. I don't want to be one of these people where like people talk about me and say, oh well, he's had a few girlfriends in his time. You know, I'd rather just have the one true girlfriend, and keep the one true girlfriend for pretty much most of my life, you know, or, you know, probably all of my life. And then, you know, then whatever happens, you know, so I'd rather wait than rush. But if I did find a girl, then, you know, obviously, and something were to happen, then it would. But in my opinion, you know, I'd have to, you know, I want something a bit more long term, rather than just finding, you know, some random girl. But that's just me. I'm the type of person what just believes in it. Like I just can't picture like me, like already at this age, like some of my friends from school, like 2 kids engaged, having their own apartment, you know, like their own place together. It just seems crazy. Like when, you know, like I just want to like enjoy myself and live my free life. and then settle down when I get to like the 30s. Like my sort of age for settling down is probably the way I see it around 30. I want to spend like another good, you know, how many years, you know, like going out to these clubbing do's and enjoying myself, being free and single, and well, maybe not free and single, but you know, like coming online, YouTubing, doing all that kind of stuff, MCing, seeing where that takes me. Which reminds me, you know them people what make like videos like Memeless and Willany. They always talk about the BG Media, and they always like react to Little T's new video. Well, a while ago, someone reacted to Dan Kerry, called Tremor HD. I think it was, or Tremor THD or something like that. And I commented on the video asking if he'd check me out, you know, just for a bit of a laugh. See if he'd do like kind of like the kind of Will and E styled video on me. So anyway, he agreed to it, but he said I might go a bit harsh on you, so you know, are you sure you want me to do it, kind of thing, because I might go, you know, I might get a bit harsh on you. So I said, oh yeah, go ahead, do it, it'll be a bit of fun. And he didn't literally do it for ages, so I thought, oh, I guess he's just not going to do it, and I kind of forgot about it. Anyway, he uploaded it yesterday, and if you want to give it a watch, you can go ahead and give it a watch. I am gonna be doing like a little like MC diss back to him, you know, just for a bit of fun. But some of the points he stated were like quite funny. And then some of the points he stated were just like him being stupid, really. He starts off the video by commenting that it says MC Knob on my door.
See Knob.
And like the thing is where I put my camera, or where I had my camera at the time of doing that video, the camera doesn't catch the whole door. So like if you actually look at the whole door, it does actually say MC Noble. But because the like half the camera couldn't like fit in the whole door, it actually like does say MC Noble. But because he couldn't see that, it looked like it said like MC Knob, but the camera cut out the L and the E. But I could like take a picture and prove that is a full thing on the door. And then he also said that the walls look like I live in a crack house, but I don't. In my opinion, I don't see like how the wallpaper looks like it's from a crack house. In my opinion, it just looks like it's got like wallpaper from like the 80s, in like the olden days, because this room goes back quite a lot of years. Not as long as the house. Like this is an extension, the room I'm in now, but in my opinion, it just kind of looks like old biddy styled wallpaper. More than.
You expect when we got to old people living there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, what do you expect? But this originally used to be the office, and when I first moved into this house, I had my TV downstairs, but I couldn't obviously record and stream and do all I was doing, you know, like while down there. When they had like Midsummer Murders on and the news round, and so we kind of decided to do a swap, and then that's when I obviously came in here. But and then he said something where I said in the MC, because obviously he was watching one of my MCs, and I said something like I'm gonna like rip you up on the mic or something, and he thought I said I'm gonna rape the mic, which no, I said rip the mic. And then I tried, and then I tried commenting below saying, you know, I said it was like a funny video, but I said rip the mic instead of rape. But then instead of putting rip, it like auto corrected it to race. So then it ended up saying I said race the mic instead. But yeah, I said rip the mic. And then probably my most funniest thing is I said something like when I'm in the Subaru, I'm on a mission and a mic like Scooby-Doo, and then he puts the Scooby-Doo theme song in there after, which I thought that was pretty funny. And then all through like the theme of Scooby-Doo, he kept putting like a picture of my face in the Scooby-Doo theme, like in front of my face. It was pretty decent. I thought that was quite funny. And then he got this like friend of his at the end who was like, I guess he was like some form of grime MC or something. With his podcasting mic or whatever, his like, you know, studio mic. And he went ahead and did like a little diss track on me at the end and said he was going to take my channel down. Which, to be fair, he'd have to like find some way to get it banned or reported, or he'd have to do some like, you know, hacking skills into my Gmail account or something to go ahead and get it taken down. But then people got confused and started thinking, you know, I kind of, you know, he owned me and I kind of got owned, which I kind of did, but they didn't understand that I'd asked him to do it. Like, they genuinely thought I'd just, you know, like he'd just found my channel and decided to do it. Like, it was me what asked him to do it. And before I asked him, like, I subscribed to his channel and said he was sound. But no, I asked him to do it because I thought it'd be funny. But to be honest with you, I actually thought, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, but it was pretty decent. He definitely did give me a good scene to in that video. And then he said something about me not having like enthusiasm, but the reason I didn't have enthusiasm is because the MC hadn't started. Like, I'm not gonna, like, before the MC starts, I'm not gonna be like, oh, widdy oh, yo, bouncing, yes, yes. You know what I mean? Like, I was kind of just waiting for the beat to kick in. So then I kind of just, like, started, like, with, like, a little bit of a little slow rhyme just to start off the MC. And then when the beat drops, I was gonna come into it. Which was, you know, pretty... You know, the thing. But there's another thing as well I've been noticing at the moment. You know, if you watch them like meme, you know, if you watch them Memeless and Willany, and you know when they replied to like Sophie Aspin's reply to Millie B, and they say like for example, they say like you know, they like when Sophie Aspin's going like, Millie B, you're such a slag. Like, she says it a few times, and then they all started like saying like, God, how many? It's just the whole video of her saying that. Like, why does she keep saying it? But what they don't understand, because they're not musicians themselves, is that was the chorus of the song. Like, the chorus of that grime song was the Millie B, you're such a slag. Then the rapping came in, and then it went back to the Millie B, you're such a slag, because it's the chorus, like, you know, like say like I don't know, like an Adele song, say like The Other Side or something. Like, she'll sing something, then she'll sing like the other side bit, then she'll sing something else and go back to the other side bit, because it's obviously called the chorus, but they obviously couldn't see that. So I think as well as they're trying to point out mistakes and take the mick out of our videos, they still sometimes make their own mistakes as well. Which you've got to kind of look out for. But yeah, I'm going to be back in a second because I have a warm drink on the ready.
What the fuck is that? Oh, there's a massive penis in Minecraft. Ellie, what are you doing, you muppet? Hey! Oh, that'd be good. Let's do that. I think that was good. Oh, let's upload it then. But then... what's the difference in there? Harry.
Okay, I'm back. Oh.
Ellie, stop it.
Yes, I'm back. On a brand new track.
Ellie.
Yeah, I think that's pretty decent.
I'm gonna smack a bum in a minute.
That's pretty decent there. I like that. Jeez, we've been going over an hour already. I did not realise. It's better this way. Then I don't have to stream as much later on because I'm gonna be like starting to make the my thoughts on the sugar mill video. I want to like make my thoughts on it. So like, you know, I want to get that made. I also have a vlog for you guys as well. But I don't know if that's going to come out today. But when I was coming back from Hull yesterday, I thought, why not vlog it for a change? Because I haven't done like a kind of vlog style thing like that in a while. So I decided to do it. And I vlogged till we practically got home. And it was pretty decent. It wasn't too interesting. It was just like kind of the journey back. I kind of like had a Burger King cup in my hand because I'd been at Burger King, and then I kind of like got on the train, and then I just did a little bit of talking for a few seconds, and then I just kind of cut a bit, and then I came back on filming again a bit later on the journey. It's pretty decent. You can definitely check it out when it comes out, but it was nothing major. There was nothing major about it as such. It was more just you know, it was more just a thing what I decided to do, and I thought, yeah, why not do it? But you know, there was nothing like, you know, there was nothing too bad about it. Why does this building look bigger? I bet this building's wider, that's why. I don't know, this building looks a bit smaller. Like, it goes back the same, but I think this just must have been a bit wider.
Because basically, Kelly, you're a lead better in the background, aren't you?
So, yeah.
Because your mum is.
They have Peter Levy on downstairs as well. Oh my God, guys! I don't know if any of you guys know who Peter Levy is, but I cannot stick him. He literally, I just can't be doing with him. I don't watch him. I don't listen to him. I just can't be bothered with him. He basically presents the BBC News, but he does it like round our area. He does like our local news. And he's so ignorant, and he's so stuck up and like full of himself, up his arse basically, and like he'll like do debates on like his news round at 6:30 or whatever. Like he'll talk about something like whether there's enough like care or whatever in the local doctors or something, and he'll get like somebody in the studio to talk about it, but instead of talking about it, he won't let them talk. Like he'll kind of just keep butting in, and he'll make it more of an argument than a discussion, and then like people end up having to tell him, you know, like there was a woman on there last week, so my granddad said, and he got a bit like he wouldn't let her speak, and she like proper snapped at him like live on the news and told him where to shove it, and you know, to let her speak. And oh mate, he's so full of himself, is Peter Levy, I swear. If I could just go and punch him in the nose or snap his neck and get rid of the little bastard, it'd really. And the thing is, when he's talking, he doesn't move his mouth, like he don't move his lips. He kind of talks like this, and then he always goes like at the end of every sentence, like, yeah, so now we're gonna go to the weather, kind of thing like that. He's just so stuck up. I've not liked him for years, and neither has my granddad, but Peter Levy will be Peter Levy. He's old as well. It's about time the old cunt retired. I swear. I swear, man, it's about time he retired and stopped what he was doing. He must be old enough to get his pension and get a free bus ride. That I reckon anyway. I don't know his exact age, but yeah, if you guys live around the local like Lincolnshire and East Yorkshire, that can be like anywhere from like Lincoln, Grimsby. It even goes down as far as Skegness. That's kind of like our news for it. It's called like Look North. It kind of does like it kind of does up north as well, obviously. Like it kind of does like round the North Yorkshire area too. But it does do a lot about like Hull and East Yorkshire, Grimsby, stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't go like right out to Manchester or anything like that. It just sticks kind of like round our area and to the side of our area, like to the south and the north side of our area, because obviously we're like east, aren't we? But yeah, it does briefly like mention east, north and south. It doesn't do anything like look west. It doesn't go anywhere about like west, though. That's the only thing. It might go as far as Leeds, I think, but I'm not. Don't hold me to it. So anyway, we're gonna leave this stream here. We've practically got the building done. All I've got to do now is just fill up these blank sides, which is what's going to be on this building, and then we're going to more or less do the roof. So like, subscribe, comment. We shall see you all in the next stream, because there will be another stream some point, not sure when, somewhere in time. Yes.